Hello, class. I'm Angelica DeLucia. I'm a first-year teacher at Whitehall Copley School District, and I teach kindergarten.
What are the most challenging aspects of being a first-year teacher?
I think some of the challenging aspects would be adjusting to the new curriculums that are present in our district. We just have a new Go Math curriculum, so everyone's kind of getting adjusted to that. Another thing that's more challenging for a first-year teacher might be coming up with a behavior management system. If you don't have that in place, that's something that it could be a struggle as a first-year teacher. And also creating new assessments for the new Go Math curriculum that we have, or our writing curriculum. You're continuing to adjust and be flexible, so creating new assessments could be something that you struggle with, and it's all new to you. So.
All right, excellent. Do you think the district's mentorship program was effective? And what would you say are the pros and cons of it?
I would say that it was an effective program. Some of the pros would be that you're doing a lot of hours with your mentor where you can plan, you can ask them questions as far as if you don't have an understanding of what happened in the certain part of the curriculum, you could sit there and talk with them. So that was really helpful for me, as well as me going to observe 3 other teachers in our school district. So that gave me the opportunity to see what types of strategies they use, or how they have used the different types of curriculums in their classroom. And then also your mentor comes and observes you. So then that gives you the opportunity to get feedback from them, as well as your principal. I haven't really had any cons with our program, but overall it's been pretty good.
Great. Do you feel you delivered the curriculum as effectively as a teacher with years of experience?
As always, when you have more years of experience, I think that the curriculum, you delivering it, would be more effective. So for me, I think it's like a learning experience. So as your first year, you're still learning. So I think that it could be effective as the years go on. You're adjusting all your curriculum that you have, and you're learning what worked and what didn't work and going from there. So, it could always be more effective as the years goes on.
Great. How do you feel your supervisors supported you the first year?
Your supervisor, so as far as like our principal, she would come in twice a year and do observations with us, and then based on that observation, you have a formal eval afterwards where you sit down with her and you discuss what went well, what you think you could work on. So it's kind of an eye-opener for that first-year teacher to see, where you can go and how to progress. The feedback also as well, that's very important as well. They supported through feedback. The principals would pop in, so every now and then they would pop in, and based on that pop-in, you would talk to them about what went well, what didn't go well. And then also if you had any challenges as a first-year teacher, that was something else that they supported you with. The office was always open for you to go in.
Great. What types of supports are required to assist first-year teachers with the expectations of the district?
So with our district, it's very diverse. So the students are our top priority. So you're going to get support from the guidance counselor. They needed to, have that for us. So guidance counselor, our speech therapists, we need support from psychologists, our principal. We want to meet the needs of all students. So in order for us to, as first-year teachers, assist them, they needed support through all of our teachers in the school district, and like I said, guidance counselors, speech therapists, all of them.
Right. In your opinion, what was the hardest thing to adjust to?
I think just a new environment. Me coming into like a school district that is so diverse. Over the years, you've noticed that a lot of you're coming in with all different types of students, and it's like increased as far as learning support students, emotional support students. Students that have IEPs or SDIs, you're having ESOL students, so it's just adjusting to the type of student that's in your classroom and making sure that you're meeting all those needs. That's a big challenge, I think, in all school districts.
Right. Could you share some effective classroom management strategies you think first-year teachers should utilize?
I think with me, something that I do in my classroom is establishing a behavior management system, and I've done this when I was in student teaching as well, and it helped me while I was there, and it was basically a clip chart. I don't know if we can walk over, you could see it. You want to walk?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a walk.
This is all the kids start on green. So they're ready to learn throughout the day. If they make good choices, they are up there to need to like move up the chart to super student, and they get recognized when they get up to that top part. And then if there's something that they weren't doing right or not making great or good choices, then they could move down the chart. But they're taking responsibility for their actions. So this is something to establish, I think, like as soon as you get in. That's one, and then you can walk back over
Good.
here. And then setting a positive learning environment, I think. These are just some things that I use for the kiddos so that it keeps them motivated while they're learning. I'll walk around with some mail for them, so I'll give them like a little mail, and I'll say, once again, relating it back to the behavior chart, oh, you know, you did something well, and show them what they did, tell them, and then they can move up their clip from that. High fives, I'll go around and high five them. Or maybe just checking in. So going off of like a behavior management system, always being aware of what your students are doing. So like for me, I check in, they do buzz on if they're ready to go and they're understanding, they'll hold up their buzz on. If they need a question, they'll hold up their buzz stop stick.
Right.
So, I don't know,
Wow,
just some little things.
Yeah, that's interesting. How do you handle challenging parents who disagree with aspects of your classroom or instruction and do not believe in what you are doing because they feel you are not experienced?
I haven't really dealt with it yet, but I think the reason why I haven't is because like when the parents first came in for, you know, meeting the teacher, they can all come in and talk and like see what the classroom is like. I think the first thing you need to communicate to the parents is that this is like your first year teaching, and there's going to be things that might be a bump in the road, but they have to be understanding and like flexible, just like how we are in the classroom. But if they do get frustrated with me, like sometimes if a parent's emailing about how a child didn't bring their homework home and you know why you didn't check for it, you have an open communication system with them, and you know, like be understanding of them as well. So I think just working with the parents and letting them know that it's your first year, and like show confidence. So if they see that you're confident in what you're doing, they might not be as questionable.
Right. Awesome. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Angelica.